Well, here's today's greenhouse experiment. We're going to try this when the weather gets better outside. It's still quite cold and rainy, excuse me. Anyways, the trees are doing fine, and the temperature is pretty good in here. 55.9, so 56, so about 3.9 Fahrenheit difference. That's exactly what it is. The clock is wrong, but it's a good average spread. 2 degrees is about the most I've gotten at night, is a 2 degree spread, so that's not so good. But today I planned on doing this, taking these $1.50 dollar store emergency blankets, which are 2 by 1 meter, and we're going to line this wall when we get the weather change and cover this in the reflective, and then on this north side edge here we're going to cover this with reflective so that it's shining back on the south side of the greenhouse over there. So that will be double layered, and then I'll put another poly over top of it to give it some strength, and that strength will keep the foil from ripping, because this stuff is super thin and you don't want it to rip and just become all tattered. There's no wind in here, so that's a good thing. But what we'll do is we'll put cardboard, take toilet paper tubes or paper towel tubes, and you cut little chunks of it, and then you staple on top of the cardboard and then onto the mylar film. That will prevent it from ripping away from the wall as you stretch it or put it across. So hopefully that will be all mirrored and then covered with a diffuse poly for durability. Then during the winter we're going to poly this upper part as well with a double layer. We'll tighten it up, we'll clean it up over there, and probably put foil on this as well, since we get zero light from the west side of this building in the winter time. Very little light, at least. Maybe poly half of it. The front we'll leave clear, we'll double that up. We'll double up this wall and the roof, and then we'll put poly here and the reflective emergency blanket wrap all the way to the back. And we already have some on the back, but we'll do that as well. And that should retain a lot of the heat that we're producing if we are going to run off batteries, or if we're going to run off a Crisco stove, or we're going to run off of a campfire type burner, but I don't really want to have an exhaust. So we're pretty much stuck on water, electricity, and perhaps I am going to put jumpers from the batteries out the wall here, insulate them and cover them, and then in an emergency I can just pull out the extension cord and charge the whole bank of batteries in the winter. So even if I have to plug that in or have a tender during the winter time, it's much less than having a heater running off of 110 out here and having the cord get hot because it's running so far away from the wall. So that's the alternative, is that I actually keep an eye on the battery charge, maybe put a voltmeter on the outside somewhere hidden, and I can see what the batteries are doing, so I know that this 12 volt heating system will work at night, and that would give me a little bit of an assurance. But in -10 I'll be lucky to keep it at 0 probably, so I think that I'll probably be using the Crisco pot as well, and use carbon fiber material as the wick so I don't have to change it, and maybe have a bigger reserve of oil on the bottom of it, and then vent out the exhaust through there, maybe at the front. Anyways, you guys have a good day. There you go, that's the emergency blanket option. I'm sure there's lots of videos about them, but I just thought using the cardboard to staple it will be a lot more durable, and I know people know that it rips so easy, so putting a second layer of poly over top of it, you're still getting a reflective value out of it on the inside of the poly sheet, and you're just not getting the super shiny look. Now on the back here I might actually put up the super shiny, so I have a floor to ceiling mirror reflecting light back towards the front of the greenhouse. Anyways, you have a good day, guys. I'll catch you later. Got some new growth on the goji berry tree, and I put a new lens on the camera, so it should be a little bit better. Got some in there too. Greenhouse is in the greenhouse, and the pearl tangelo seems to be stretching out here as well. So we'll catch you later, guys. Have a good night.